Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Would you all please rise? It is my pleasure to welcome the graduates of Basic Telecommunications Class 148, led in today by bagpiper Aaron Anderson. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Right half face. Present arm. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Order arm, left half face. Please be seated. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Basic Telecommunications Class number 148. My name is Tammy Atkinson. I've had the honor of serving as the training coordinator for this class. And on behalf of the department, DPSST staff, and the members of the graduating class, we thank you all for being with us today. Now it is my pleasure to introduce individuals who will participate in today's program. Our guest speaker, John Thompson, Executive Director of Metcom 911, and James Webb, DPSST Coordinator, who has assisted in coordinating this class. I would like to just have you take notice of the guidon flag that you see on the stage to your right. Gold represents telecommunications, and these telecommunicators have represented the gold line very well. At this time, I would like to thank and recognize Hallie Ford of Central Lane Communications, who was selected to be the class leader. She served as a liaison between staff and students and has willingly taken on additional leadership responsibilities during the past 3 weeks, for which I would like to extend a personal thank you for a job well done. BT148 opted to form a color guard to assist in posting and retiring our flags a few times during their time here. Since BT is in session for only 3 weeks, it is optional, and it is an impressive accomplishment. I would like to recognize the members of the BT148 Color Guard and ask each to stand as your name is called. To our audience, please hold your applause until they are all standing. Starlight Benally Quemps, Umatilla Tribal Police Department. Hallie Ford, Central Lane Communications Center. Anna Himes, Central Lane Communications Center. Tierney Lewis, Columbia River Intertribal Police Department. Wakara Moon, Baker County Sheriff's Office. Alex Thorpe, Central Lane Communications Center. Well done. It is now my honor to introduce our guest speaker, John Thompson, Executive Director, Metcom 911. John Thompson began his career in 2001 during his junior year of high school in northern Montana. He entered a high school program similar to an apprenticeship with the intention of becoming a deputy sheriff. Soon after the apprenticeship began, he started doing a little training in the dispatch center. By his senior year, he was working evenings and weekends as a fully trained 911 dispatcher. Pretty sure this isn't legal anywhere anymore. So that's a little scary, but I know he did well. At the age of 18, John became a reserve deputy sheriff, working toward the goal of having a law enforcement career. He moved from dispatch to working in the jail as a correctional officer, and in a little under 2 years, he realized that 911 was where he wanted to be, and he moved back to a dispatch position. I knew you were a smart guy. He continued to work as a reserve deputy for the following 10 years as well. And in 2011, he was promoted to dispatch supervisor and was awarded the Montana APCO Supervisor of the Year Award in 2013. In 2014, he and his spouse made the decision to move to Oregon. John applied with and was hired as an operations supervisor with Metcom 911 in Woodburn. In 2021, he was awarded the Oregon APCO NENA Supervisor of the Year Award. In July of 2024, John was promoted to become the first operations manager with Metcom. That didn't last long, as sadly, Metcom's director, Mark Spross, passed away just a few weeks later. John was moved into the role of interim director and was finally named executive director of Metcom on January 1st of this year. John has also been chairing the Oregon APCO NENA Awards Committee for the last few years. John has been married to his high school sweetheart for 18 years. They have 2 boys, a junior in high school and a 6th grader. When they're not busy with their kids' sports or other school activities, you might find them at the lake on their boat or camping somewhere in the sticks. John's a huge New York Yankees fan, which I'll forgive because I like you. And he is just under halfway to his goal of attending a baseball game at every Major League Baseball stadium. How cool is that? So please join me in welcoming John Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for giving me the privilege to speak with you all today. It wasn't long ago, my former director, Mark Spross, told me this day would come and that I'd better have a speech ready. I suppose I believed him, but I didn't quite follow his advice. If you knew Mark, you would know that he had a lot of suggestions, and sometimes I had to filter a few of them out. He'd be quite pleased to know he was right, again, and just for the record, if he were here today, I absolutely would not be admitting that. BT148, congratulations. You've made it through an incredible milestone in what I hope will be a long and meaningful and rewarding careers for each of you. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to recognize someone very special. As many of you know, this is Tammy's final graduating class. she has reached retirement. Fittingly, this marks her 60th class that she has led and instructed during her time at DPSST. Tammy, there truly aren't enough words to express our gratitude for the lasting impact you've made on every student who's had the privilege to learn from you. Congratulations on your retirement. You're leaving behind big shoes to fill, and you'll be incredibly missed. As I reflected on what I might share with you today, 2 words kept coming to mind: perseverance and support. These 2 things are essential, not just to survive, but to thrive in this profession. You'll experience both highs and lows in your career. In public safety, the lows can feel especially heavy. Long shifts, seemingly endless overtime, missed holidays, missed milestones, things like your child's first steps. Those sacrifices are real. It takes grit to push through. And when the weight feels like too much, support becomes your lifeline. That support might come from coworkers, friends, family, or yes, even a therapist on speed dial. The truth is, you already understand that this career comes with challenges. Many of you have probably faced some of these challenges already. Now, I might sound a little cheesy, but one of my favorite things about working as a public safety telecommunicator is that no 2 days are ever the same. Sure, there are routine tasks and occasional repeat callers, but the work is far from repetitive. Every day, you have the chance to make a difference in someone's life. And that difference, while it may seem small to you, but for the person on the other end of the call, it could be everything. You were probably asked in an interview, why do you want to work in 911? Many of you probably answered something along the lines of, to help people. You wanted a job with purpose or meaning, something bigger than yourself. And that's exactly what you've signed up for. But I'll be honest, there will be days you forget why you started. It happens to all of us. For me, sure, I work for money because I need it, I like it. But my motivation has always been to help people. And that has stayed true throughout my entire career. That purpose, it's not corny, it's powerful if it's genuine. And I can tell you with all sincerity, this job is worth it, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. Serving the public is a privilege, even when they're yelling at you. If that hasn't happened yet, it will. You'll also face moments of tension with officers, firefighters, or medics. It's like having siblings. Sometimes we squabble, but in the end, we are family. We're a team, and together we can make our little piece of the world just a little bit better. Now, no speech is complete without an inspirational quote or two, right? So let's turn to the late, great Yogi Berra, baseball legend and unofficial philosopher, also a Yankee. He was famous for saying things that didn't always make sense, until they did. Now, I'm not actually sure that either of these quotes are really inspirational, but they are a couple of my favorites. So the first one goes, if you don't know where you're going, you might end up someplace else. My take on this is to set goals, revisit them often, work hard to meet them, then set new ones. And for the second, this one really doesn't make sense, so get ready. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think it's about moving forward, about not getting stuck, keep growing, keep improving, and help those around you do the same. Congratulations again, BT148. I look forward to seeing the amazing things you all will accomplish. Thank you.
Next, it is our custom to introduce students who have achieved individual honors during their 3 weeks of training at the Academy. I would like to invite Executive Director Thompson and Tammy Atkinson to stand and help present the individual awards. All the family and friends, please feel free to come and take photographs. We have reserved Paparazzi Plaza right up front for you. We've already warned them that we will block them from progressing until you get your photo. The Carol Fagan Academic Achievement Award is presented to the student who displays outstanding scholastic achievement, as well as the ability to demonstrate skills and knowledge learned. In addition to this award, recipients of this award in the telecommunications classes receive a one-year membership to either APCO or NINA, two professional organizations representing public safety communications. These scholarships for membership are provided by the Oregon chapter of APCO-NINA. For BT148, based on the final exam and coursework throughout their academy time, the Carol Fagan Academic Achievement Award for Basic Telecommunications Class 148 is presented to Hallie Ford, Central Lane Communications Center. The Victor G. Attia Outstanding Student Award is named in honor of the distinguished former governor of the state of Oregon, who served from 1979 to 1987, and in whose term of office this agency became a reality. This prestigious award goes to the student in each basic class who is selected by students and academy staff as the overall most outstanding student in the class. The student selected must display exceptional professionalism and demonstrate an exemplary attitude, as well as outstanding achievement in leadership, academics, and skills. The Department of Public Safety Standards and Training is proud to honor the recipient for the Victor G. Attia Outstanding Student Award for Basic Telecommunications Class 148, Hallie Ford, Central Lane Communications Center. Now it is my privilege to introduce the class spokesperson for Basic Telecommunications Class 148, Kaylee Meisenberg of Willamette Valley Communications Center.
Now it is my privilege to introduce, that's your part. On behalf of the Basic Telecommunications Class 148, we would like to thank Director Thompson for speaking at our graduation today, and we would like to present this token of our appreciation. Good morning, everyone. I am both honored and slightly terrified to be up here representing my graduating class. Today, we celebrate not only completing this course, but the incredible connections that we've made along the way. Now, let's be real. Most of us came here with at least a little bit of experience under our belts. We came from all over the state, from different agencies, with headsets already worn in and a good amount of stories from the comm center trenches. Most of us have taken the midnight calls and talked people through chaos and kept our cool with just a voice and a screen. But this class was different. Over the past 3 weeks, we've really stepped back from the action and dove into something deeper: the ethics, the law, and the responsibility that comes with being the literal lifeline for so many. During these 3 weeks, we weren't just answering calls, we were asking questions, big ones, hard ones, like, what's the right thing to do when the rules get blurry? And sometimes, can I legally drink this much coffee in a single class? All of this to say, none of this would have been possible without one very special person, our instructor, Tammy. Tammy, you've trained hundreds of dispatchers, but we have the honor, and yes, the bragging rights, of being your last class. That's a pretty big deal. And while you may be retiring, your impact isn't. Every time that we take a call, and every time that we support someone through their worst day, we carry a part of what you taught us. Be quick, but don't hurry. To our families and friends, thank you for supporting us. Sorry, I lost my spot. Through this journey, for putting up with our schedule changes, and for a lot of us, the long distances over these past 3 weeks. We could not have done this without you. And to my fellow classmates, it's been a wild few weeks. We came here as strangers, but we are leaving as something more. Dispatchers with a renewed sense of purpose in a few group chats that will probably live forever. As we move forward, we take with us not just the knowledge of this course, but the legacy of being Tammy's final class. A little wiser, a little louder on the radio, and a whole lot prouder to wear the headset. So, here's to doing the right thing even when no one's watching. Here's to staying strong, staying sharp, and staying ethical. And here's to remembering to be quick, but don't hurry. Congratulations, everyone. Let's go out there and make Tammy proud.
And now, to all the graduates, the presentation of your certificates marks the conclusion of your training and the highlight of today's graduation. It signals the end of one phase of your career and the beginning of another. Please rise on command. Aaron Allen, Grants Pass Police Department. Starlight Benali Quimps, Umatilla Tribal Police Department. Mariah Collins, Oregon State Police. Harmony Crosby, Willamette Valley Communications Center. Leah Deshock, Wasco County Sheriff's Office. Mason Eubanks, Frontier Regional 911. Hallie Ford, Central Lane Communications Center. Mia Fortune, Deschutes County 911. Morgan Gifford Lamb, LeGrand Police Department. Mackenzie Greenlee, LeGrand Police Department. Lorena Gutierrez Contreras, Metcom 911. Anna Himes, Central Lane Communications Center. Brittany Clavoon, Clackamas County Communications. Tierney Lewis, Columbia River Intertribal Police Department. Melissa Link, Yamhill Communications. Cheyenne Long, Washington County Consolidated Communications Agency. Carmen Mann, Curry County Sheriff's Office. Kaylee Meisenberg, Willamette Valley Communications Center. Wakara Moon, Baker County Sheriff's Office. Madeline Oster, Deschutes County 911. Kent Rasmussen, Yamhill Communications. Amber Sheely, Curry County Sheriff's Office. Elena Stars, Oregon State Police. Alexandra Thorpe, Central Lane Communications Center. Stephanie Watts, Josephine County Sheriff's Office. Lily Westman, Clackamas County Communications. Katiana Yo, OHSU University Police. Brianna Zettelmoyer, Metcom 911.
I will now administer the Telecommunications Code of Ethics. Will the members of Class 148 please rise? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear as a telecommunicator.
I swear as a telecommunicator
That I regard myself as a member of an honorable profession.
as a member of an honorable profession.
I will perform my duty
I will perform my duty
with efficiency to the best of my ability.
with efficiency to the best of my ability.
My conduct and my performance
My conduct and my performance
will be accomplished
will be accomplished
in an honest manner,
in an honest manner,
observant of the laws
observant of the laws
of the city, state, and country.
of the city, state, and country.
I will recognize in my duty
I will recognize in my duty
that I am responsible to the public.
that I am responsible to the public.
I will accept responsibility for my actions.
I will accept responsibility for my actions.
I will strive for those values
I will strive for those values
which will reflect honor
which will reflect honor
on my fellow telecommunicators, my agency, and myself.
on my fellow telecommunicators, my agency, and myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in officially congratulating Basic Telecommunications Class 148. BT148, thank you for the work that you do. You are to be congratulated on your accomplishments thus far. You're a step closer to completing the process of being certified as a telecommunicator in the state of Oregon. It has been my pleasure to serve you during your time here at DPSST, and I thank you for that privilege. As you go back to your agencies, my challenge to you is to embrace the opportunities to not just survive, but thrive. Use System 1 and System 2 wisely. Remember to breathe. Remember that sleep is not overrated. Remember to show grace to others and to yourselves. Remember how important tone is on the phone or radio. Be kind, even when you're being firm. Remember to keep your butterflies in formation and to find joy in the little things, maybe a sparkly lanyard or something. Be somebody's piglet. And you were listening, and you knew you'd hear it again. John Wooden's wise words. Be quick, but don't hurry. Lives depend on it. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain at your seats until the graduates have been dismissed. Then please join us in the back of the auditorium for a reception to honor our graduates.